McGinnis here from Armsportvideos, coming to you right now from Cabot, Arkansas, town just outside of Little Rock, Arkansas, and we're down for the weekend hanging out with Michael and Todd, seeing a bit of the sights and talking to Michael about a bit of arm wrestling and some training. As many of you know, Michael's now started to be called Monster Michael Todd, thanks to Neil Pickup, and we thought we'd come down, check it out, and see what Michael has going on. Now, an awful lot of people train from home, and they have, excuse me, home gyms and Bowflexes and whatever. Well, what we're about to see is a little bit more advanced than that. Michael has pretty well what's a commercial gym inside his home. That's right, it's a commercial gym inside his home. Michael also runs his personal fitness and personal training business out of home in his home gym. So we just take a little step this way. You can see into the backyard here. Michael has a swimming pool, and if you see the pipe standing up there behind the swimming pool, if Janet, if you could zoom in on that a little bit. Part of Michael's training exercises is climbing rope and climbing bars. This is a little bit of what Michael does outside. When we get to when we go inside, though, we'll see the whole gym set up, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to Michael and Tanya about what they have going on in their gym inside the home. All right, let's. I don't know what the camera girl's filming now. All right, so that's a little bit about what we see outside here at Michael and Tanya's. Let's go inside and check out this gym. I think you'll be pretty impressed. It's a pretty nice gym. Let's go inside. Come on. Tour of Michael and Tanya's gym here at home in Cabot, Arkansas. Hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty impressive. I'm not sure if the camera actually does it justice or not, but why don't we catch up with Michael and Tanya and get a few thoughts from them while we're here. All right, right back. Everybody, it's Todd McGinnis, Armsportvideos, back at you again from Michael Todd's gymnasium inside his home. Michael, good to see you. How you doing?
Doing great, buddy.
Good, good. Yeah. Thanks for having us for the weekend.
My pleasure. Great. Move on down.
All right. So give me a little bit of the rundown. You've got a gym inside your home. Was this like a dream? Was this on purpose? What was the plan here to have a gym at home?
Tanya and I have talked about it for years. I was going to build like a big metal building and just put like a living quarters inside of it, and just have like pull my cars in and have all my equipment and everything there. And when we found this land, there were some restrictions, so I couldn't build that kind of building here. So my contractor, he's like, well, give me an idea of what you want. So I kind of just drew out a rectangle and said, hey, I just started marking off where I wanted stuff. So he came up with this, and initially, like that part of the gym there was going to be my equipment, and over here was going to be like kind of more of like a martial arts type. We was going to have sparring area and stuff like that. It's just my house. I wanted to have all the stuff that I wanted right here.
Yeah.
I started going online looking for equipment, and I was just going to buy refurbished stuff or piece together a gym, and couldn't find anything. And then once we got moved in, I was reading the paper, and it said commercial gym equipment. And fortunately, this lady had leased some equipment to a gentleman, and he had passed away, and so he still owed X amount of dollars on the equipment. So I went in and made her an offer and basically bought out the gym. And so I had an excess of equipment.
Okay.
So I put all the pieces in here that I wanted to put in, and the rest of it was out in my garage, and I was going to go ahead and just sell the rest of it, recoup my money that my gym was going to be free. So I was like, that's a great idea. And then about 6, 7, 8 months of me not using my garage, I just procrastinated. I was going to sell the equipment. And then I actually started moving around so I could use like the leg press, the hack squat, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, because a lot of my clients, liked using it. Well, then, I'm training them in here, then we're going out to the garage and training, and it's hot or whatever. And I thought, I could sell that equipment, get my money back, or I could build an addition and just add another room on and have like a leg room in my office and everything. So that's what we did right over there. We just went ahead and moved all the equipment out of the garage, put it in this other room. So instead of having an 1,150 square foot gym, it's a 1,750 square foot gym now.
Wow.
Yeah, so the house is 4,000 square foot, heated and cooled, but the living quarters is 1,750.
Okay.
That's 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. And then over here we got the 1,750 gym, 500 square foot game room, storage room, and another full bath. So
wow.
Yeah, it's cool because I work from home.
Yeah.
So this is I get to deduct some of this stuff on half my mortgage. I get to deduct as an expense for my business, and so it's a pretty cool deal.
Okay, so you work from home. So what's your business? Give your business a plug.
Complete Physique and Lifestyle Transformations.
Okay.
But basically, I've struggled with I've struggled with weight issues my whole life. I was a short, chubby kid growing up, and I've just after years and years and years of trial and error, I've come up with a pretty good program that can shed some unwanted body fat off somebody. And
is that what you're trying to tell me?
not you particularly.
Okay,
but,
I'll tell me it.
I'm just saying it's like a 3-month program. It's relatively expensive, but it's basically to teach people a different way of life, healthy eating, proper nutrition, and just it's been pretty successful. So no advertisement, just word of mouth. Basically, once a client completes the program, throughout their 3 months that they've been here, they've had people ask them, "What are you doing? Oh my God, you look great!" And then they hand out my card, and I get a new client. So. It works pretty well.
So before you and Tanya built your home, so were you a member at a gym somewhere else?
Yeah, I actually for a long time I had just some Walmart stuff that we Olympic plates and stuff in my garage that I used to train. Okay. I trained a long time just in my little garage thing. Okay. And then they sent out some free like a 1-month free membership because I'm like the most frugal. Or cheap. I'm seriously. It's wants and needs to me. If it's I try not to just blow money. I've always kind of been on a budget, so I got a free membership, so I went up there and I started training up here at a local gym, and I really, really enjoyed training there. I have met some good friends there. The lighting was great. I looked awesome in the mirrors. So, it's what's so crazy is actually after I built this, I still wanted to go up there and work out.
Really?
Because I didn't like my lighting here like I did up there.
Okay.
It's something about going to that gym and getting pumped up and feeling good and looking good. And I liked it, but now I've been doing it here so long that you can't. I come out here, 10, 15 minutes, and I've just destroyed a body part, and I'm done. 15 minutes or 10 minutes of just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And I don't have to fight traffic, go to the gym, Plus, part of it is though, one of the reasons why I didn't like training here so much in the beginning was I was working out here. So I was out here 6 hours a day or whatever training clients, and I needed to get away because there's a few times there, like I didn't leave the house for a week. Other than to go walking, to do cardio or whatever, I didn't start a vehicle for a week.
Wow.
Because, I worked out here, I worked here. Tanya get home from school, so, I have to get out every once in a while.
Okay.
But,
so So now you've got it done, and your gear is here. So does this exceed your expectations? Is this beyond your wildest dreams? What you end up getting?
Well, yeah, far exceeded my expectations.
Okay.
You know, I mean, because I've basically been lifting weights for like 20 years, in and out of different gyms since I was a little kid. You know, and this is some of the best equipment I've ever trained on, and I'm never the guy ever. I always hear about the guy that got the good deal, and this is a story I'll tell when I'm 80. And one time I bought all this equipment for, you know, so it was a really good, one of those things that, like, it was just meant to be, you know.
Okay.
So I've got everything, you know, and like Travis came here for my wedding, and, you know, I didn't have any equipment in yet. I had like the rope and the parallel bars, and I had most of the trophies up. And he was like, man, I wish I would have got rid of all my trophies. Because I've got every trophy I've ever won. Ever. Okay. So cool. The first award I ever won is right over there hanging on that wall. Okay. I mean, everything. I can go through here and you can ask me, pick out a trophy, and I'll tell you who I beat, what the day was, where it was at, what the weather was like, you know, I mean.
All right.
But this is a very motivational room for me. I had all these trophies for years, and I always wanted it to be where I could put up shelves and have all, because I come out here to train, you know, I may pick out an award or one that I took second or somebody beat me or whatever, and I look at that while I'm training, and I ain't taking no more seconds, you know. You know, a lot of guys are like, man, why you got this 5th place plaque up? Because that reminds me not to take 5th place again, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's just, it works out real, and sometimes, like, when my clients will come in for the first consultation, they'll come in, they'll be overwhelmed. They're like, oh my God, you know, this is so intimidating. I'm like, man, we check our pride at the door. There's no issues here, you know. You come in, whatever you want to wear to work out, I don't care. Put on whatever music you want, and no one's going to judge you here. We're just going to get you in shape, you know. So it's been a very, very good program all around, man. I mean, and still sometimes I'll come out here and I'll tell Tanya, I'll walk out and I'm just like, I'm amazed, you know. I'm so blessed to have what I have, you know. And I'll come out and I'm just like, man, who would have ever thought that it would have turned out, you know. And a lot of people have these big, beautiful, gorgeous homes, and I mean, sometimes I look at them like, man, I wish I had that. But this is what I always wanted. I built this for me. It's not. I didn't build this to resell it. I built this for me. Yeah. And this is my home. You know.
Well, it really is pretty impressive. I'm not sure if the camera will actually even do it justice. You know, it's one thing for the camera to sit around, but it's another thing. I mean, it's almost like an atmosphere in here too. Do you know what I mean? I don't think can be captured on film or video or whatever by the camera. But and looking around. I don't know if I'd be intimidated by the trophies and the pictures and that on the wall. It might be a mindset that, damn, this guy really may know what he's doing. You know what I mean?
There's a certain degree of, you know, an assurance when they come in that they're not just hiring some guy who got their personal training certificate online or whatever. I mean, and you see the before and after pictures of me. You see the Lipo 6 ads where I've been heavy and I've get leaned out. You know, I mean, you know, and especially, and this is something I tell a lot of my clients. You know, you can go to the gym and find the best built guy in the gym and ask him nutritional advice. Doesn't necessarily, that guy may be genetically lean, you know. Go to the gym and find the guy who used to be out of shape and then now is the best built dude at the gym. Ask that because he's been where you're at and he knows what it takes to get there. You know, some people are just genetically, you know, lean and look great and eat cheeseburgers. I'm not Chris Chandler, for example.
Chris Chandler's like that?
Dude, that kid eats whatever he wants and is ripped all the time.
And looks the way he does.
Oh, it's disgusting. I hate it. No, seriously. I don't like that dude. Nah, Chris, good kid. He just, you know, and it's so funny because, you know, he'll sit here and, you know, and just like Devin Laird, be like, you know, I want to be 300 pounds. Well, Rip, no, I don't care what I look like. That's bull crap. Until you've been fat, you know, you can't say, I don't care if I'm fat, you know, because you care. You know what I'm saying? Fat sucks, you know, and it's a day-to-day struggle for me. I mean, I could easily, I mean, like we were talking yesterday, I could be 300 pounds in 4 to 6 weeks, without a doubt. I would look horrible. But I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, it's a constant day to day. I'm 1 meal away from being a fat ass and 1 workout away from quitting the gym forever, every single day. So I come out here every day and I make myself do it. You know what I mean? And yeah, once I get going, I love it.
Then you're okay.
Yeah, but every day I have to make myself work out. It's not something I look forward to. A lot of people do. I mean, but multiple reasons. For one, you know, training for me that's my preparation, that's my process, you know, for arm wrestling. You know, a lot of people get a lot of table time. Unfortunately, I have a lot of injuries. Basically, I go pull a tournament, come home and train. Go pull my table time's tournaments. I just end up pulling a lot of tournaments, you know. But excuse me. You can edit that, right?
Yep. Okay. Just take a break for a second.
Right. Because what was my second thing I was going to say? Training.
You were talking about table time, arm wrestling. 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, and the second thing is, you you know, I probably wouldn't have a very successful business if I wasn't in shape. You know, so that's the second thing that keeps me from just letting it go.
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, nobody wants a fat personal trainer, you know.
No,
so I've got to, you know, now I could always justify, yeah, I'm carving up. I'm in a bulking phase right now, you know. But, you know, truth is that they want to see my abs. They're like, oh, let me see. And, you know, you gotta have that. You know, that's my job. You know, I've got to look a certain way or be a, so. You know, and I'm my worst critic. You know, I'll pick myself apart. You know, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you look great." I'm like, "Oh, I got a little bit of fat right here." You know what I'm saying? But and it's good and bad. But you know, like I said, I'm very fortunate, and I love what I do. I mean, I've got one of the most rewarding, satisfying jobs ever, because I literally see people's lives change before my eyes. You know, I took a 17-year-old kid this year, started on his 17th birthday, had been heavy set his whole life, and came here, finished the program, and wasn't even all the way through the program. And summer had hit, you know, and he went to the pool with his girlfriends. I said, "You take your shirt off?" He goes, "Hell yeah, I took my shirt off." Whole life he'd always swam with a shirt on.
Oh, really?
Oh, I mean, just little things like that are what makes you, you know, this is what I'm doing is really helping people.
Cool. So just that's got to make you feel good. You know what? Never mind the fact that he's paying you to be here and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just a success story like that, and you got some kid who all of a sudden feels good about himself.
I mean, I was a short, chubby kid growing up. I mean, that's my ideal client. I've got a 16-year-old kid right now who's real popular at school, you know, but he's heavy set. You know, he's 260 pounds at like 5'10". Yeah. And but he wants it, boy. He comes in here. Him and his dad are training together.
Okay.
And his dad he's right behind him. You know, come on, Corbin, come on. He's just cheering him on, and that kid's a go-getter. I'm telling you, he's going to be impressive, man. When he gets done. He's a very, very strong-willed, just. It's the ideal client, someone who comes here and will give up the Taco Bell, the fast food or whatever. I mean, he's a teenage kid, 11th grader, and his friends are wanting to go out and do this, and he's taking a protein drink or a protein bar while they're eating pizza, you know.
Cool.
So it's cool, man.
Yeah. Okay, so last time we sat down and talked, it was just before the tournament at Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Do I have to remind you?
Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you?
I would so. So that was just after we hadn't talked to you after Manchester, so that was right before Salt Lake. Not exactly the result you were expecting.
No. I swear I thought I was going to beat Ron.
Okay.
Now I was light. I mean, I wasn't a full 242 or anything. I actually, the day before, had to help Tanya make weight, and I was, you know, shorts, tank top, tennis shoes, 228 on scales Friday afternoon.
Okay, conversely, like what are you weighing roughly right now?
Well, we've been cheating the last couple of days since Scott's been here. So if you... On an accurate scale, dressed like this, I'm probably 257. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
No, I'm. Yeah. I mean, my goal for ROTN actually is to wake up that morning about 248, 249, stripped, and just no food, no water. Get there and suck 7 pounds off in the sauna.
Before we get to ROTN, so after Salt Lake, you went to Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Okay, so Neil brings you over to Liverpool. So who's your opponent there?
I'm pulling Johan Lindholm right, Johan left. Ended up pulling Tommy Cockrai left-handed, and Darius from Poland left-handed.
Because I remember you and Tommy had some great battles in Manchester.
Yeah, we had some controversial matches.
Yeah, to say the least. You go back and watch the video on that. And you and Johan had a couple of great wars.
I had to come from the losing position every time. And, but to be honest, Manchester really, and we've had this discussion, I mean, the NAL, when it kind of went up, busted, you know, it kind of just took the spirit from me. I didn't have any passion anymore. And I went through some stuff and then went to Manchester, and, you know, that was the tournament that brought me back. Okay. That's the one that fired me back up. I've been training hard since then, and there's no stopping me right now.
Okay, so how were your results in Liverpool? Were good?
Yeah, I won in a relatively convincing manner. I was really strong that day. And I would say arguably the strongest I'd ever been at arm wrestling wise.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, we were just looking at who's my next opponent. You know, and the Swedes, which I love them dearly, you know, they were like, oh, that's one of the best arm wrestlers in the world right there. But I was very, very powerful that day.
Okay.
And I had heard from the Perfect Pull-Up people that I was, you know, they would talk to me about possibly doing it, but they was going to come here and shoot initially. And I got back on that Tuesday, and that Wednesday they called me and said, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use you as a feature, but we want to use you in a different format. We want to fly to Los Angeles and shoot this infomercial. I'm like, oh, that's great. When is it? Oh, that's next week. And I probably looked pretty good at that 250, 253 weight, you know. But psychologically, I could not let myself, you know, go out there without at least attempting to be leaner, you know.
Okay.
So I crashed. I went on a, you know, I dropped like 13, 14 pounds in like 4 days. You know, the whole pre-contest, sucking the water out. No, oh, just crazy. And what I feel and what Johan and I, after talking about it, at that 250, 253 pound weight at the time, the last thing that really got strong on me was my hand and my wrist. It was just like I mean, that's what made me the strongest I'd ever been. Is my hand and wrist were catching up to my arm. You know, they weren't quite there yet, but it was coming. And as soon as I dropped that weight, the first thing it went was my hand and wrist. It was the last thing that I'd gained with the extra weight.
Okay, so you go to LA and shoot the infomercial.
Yeah, and then they make me redo a bunch of retakes.
Okay.
Sucked. You know, now I was just questioning it, dude. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be doing a bunch of pull-ups, you know, and then, you know, 2-3 days later, I'm arm wrestling, you know, supposedly Devin left-handed, but I knew once Marcio called me and said he was going, I knew Neil had something up his sleeve, and I knew I was going to be in some kind of war with somebody. You know?
So just give us a time frame. You fly out to LA on a Tuesday?
Okay, I get back from Liverpool on a Tuesday, get the call on Wednesday. The next Tuesday, I fly to Los Angeles. I get there that night, and this is no water or nothing because I'm trying to look lean.
Yeah.
So I've cut my water out at like 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. And I'm just, you know, because I've been low carb, now I'm going to carb up kind of. I get there Wednesday, we get to the set, and I'm the last person to shoot. So they're sitting there all day long. This one dude's going, this next dude, and they're retaking. Been there since 8. I don't get there to do my shot until 6. And I'm still
around all day.
And just my back's all stiff because I'm supposed to be sitting here like I'm really interested. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing a little head nod, and, you know, because I mean, retake all over. You know, that's my first experience, anything like that. It's pretty cool, but so, I mean, I was just exhausted, dude. I mean, my back was just aching. I mean, I think that was harder than the freaking pull-ups, sitting around there for all day. But, so then I ended up shooting my thing. And, the next morning, you know, actually I sleep in a little bit, get on a plane, fly nonstop to London, arrive, like 7 o'clock Friday morning, you know, because it's like a 8 hour time difference, I think, because it's like 6 now and it's 2 hours. It's like 8 hour time difference, I think it was, or something. So it was just, you know, I basically lost a day or half a day there.
Yeah.
And I get over there, and then I'm waiting in the airport like 3 hours on Neil to come get me to hit traffic. And then Neil's got all these meetings to go to, so he wants to take me with him. And so I don't get to sleep till that night. And then they go pick up John and Marcio and everybody, and he comes back and he's like, Michael, I want you to go to the airport with me. Well, for some reason, my phone was not registering London time. It was registering like the time zone before. So I'm thinking it's like 11 or 10:30 or something. Okay, cool, I'll go. Well, hell, it's midnight. And I'm out here in the car going to the airport to pick up Johan Lindholm and the Polish guys and stuff. And he's telling me, yeah, dude, you're going to pull Marcio tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And then you're going to pull John. Then you're going to pull Devin. I'm like, what the hell? You know, I'm like, I thought I was pulling Devin left-handed. You know, he's like, no, we're going to have a battleground, 6 rounds, everybody. And I'm like, all right, you know, we'll see. And then, you know, Marcio is my roommate. So we're sitting there sharing a room together, and we're knowing we're going to have to go to war the next day, you know. So, and we've always had some really good matches.
Yeah.
And he'd actually got me the last time we pulled when I was light at Mohican last year. Hit me, slipped losing. He got the win. And so we went after it pretty hard that day. And it was arguably the toughest match I've ever been in my life. Prior to that, the NAL match with Ron Bath was, I think, the most exhausting match I've ever been in. Especially I was sore for a week. Just not just my arms, my whole body. And this one with Marcio is equal to or worse than that. I mean, I just recovered basically like the beginning of this week. I just hurt so bad after that match.
Well, I watched some of the interviews with you and Johan and Marcio on John Milne's site, inthehook.com. Check that out. And so everyone's describing this as some of the best arm wrestling they've seen in a few years, right? So hopefully everyone will get to see that footage sometime down in the future. I know Neil's working on some deals with Eurosport Television over there.
Yeah, he's got some good things going.
Yeah, it'd be sweet to see that kind of stuff on TV. And
because it's very exciting. You know what I mean? And it is, like I said even in the John's interview, after the first match, I didn't think I was going to win. No, dude. I mean, I was like, yeah, I just can't. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And it's so funny because Ted, the Elf Wilson, was sitting there, and him and his girlfriend Emma were going, yeah, you can do it, you can do it. I'm like, no, I can't. You can do it, you can do it. No, I can't. You can do it. Okay, maybe I can. You know what I mean? Because I did not think that I could win. And then after, you know, they're sitting there screaming for me, and I really draw a lot of energy from the crowd, and, you know, the people that are cheering me on, and, you know, the switch happened, you know, I stopped him, and I found a way to win.
Yeah, so it's been a running joke all weekend. Michael, you're my hero.
I didn't know you was going to plug that, you know. That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But you heard it here first.
Okay, so yeah, we mentioned ROTN, so that's the next event for you?
Yeah. Actually, when I got back, dude, I was questioning what I was going to do this year. I'm supposed to be going to Worlds in December.
Yeah.
I was almost to the point thinking, maybe I'm not going to go to ROTN. Maybe I'm not going to go to Worlds. Maybe I'm just going to, sit back and train. Because I hadn't had very much opportunity to train this year since Manchester.
Yeah.
3 weeks later, Manchester, 3 weeks later, AAA, 3 weeks later, the Oklahoma tournament, 3 weeks later, Unified Nationals, 4 weeks later, Liverpool, 2 weeks later, London, and here it is, 3-4 weeks later, ROTN.
ROTN, yeah.
And then, I've contemplated back and forth on going to Nemiroff Cup, and those some bad dudes right there, so I'm thinking, maybe I go, maybe I shouldn't, and then there's some talk with PAL about a potential match coming up.
Okay.
And so, it's just, when am I going to train? I come home from a tournament, I train that next day, I get my training, I trained the best I could, I'm broke down, but I train, and then I take a week off for a tournament, so it's like I come home, I train for a week, then I take off a week, then I go pool, I come home, I train for 2 weeks, I take off a week, I go pool. And, I'd like to get, 8 weeks of good training in.
Well, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, too. So ultimately, how many times a year do you think you can actually be at your best?
We were talking about this yesterday. I think I could very realistically do see back in 06 when I was on a pretty good run. Then I was considered a pretty good arm wrestler. PAL offered me a six match contract, and I turned it down because I thought the NAL was going to be the future.
Yeah.
And 6 matches, I think would be if it's Vendetta style or whatever. And that's the thing. If PAL or what Neil's doing or whatever is what you end up doing. You're almost committed to that, and then when Nationals comes around, you can't really go because you got to prioritize, and it's just hard for me to miss Nationals every year. So those are almost tournaments I feel like I have to go to. Yeah. And I don't know if it's about acquiring the title or whatever, or getting, becoming 30-time national. I don't know. I think a lot of it is for me, until I secure that big endorsement, I've got to be the reigning national champion.
Okay.
I've got to have that title, because you can't live off, I've won so many national titles in the past. No. Well, what have you done lately? And that's where arm wrestling is. What have, and that's, I have a good tournament, and then the fear almost sets in of not living up to my own expectations at my next event. Because you're going to be judged on whatever you do last.
Well, you are. No matter what you've done in the past 2 years, if you go on a run and you lose 4 or 5 times in a row, what happened to Michael Todd? Exactly.
And and that's the thing is, I really feel that the London, I wasn't my best, and it was sad to me because, it was great tournament, take nothing away from Devin, he beat me, and Marcio and I had wars, but I wasn't the guy that I was 2 weeks before.
Okay.
2 weeks before, I was on my way. But like I said, and this has been me my whole career, do I want to be big and strong, or do I want to be lean and ripped? Do I want to be big and strong, or do I want to be lean? What's more important to me? And if I could...
That depends on who's paying, doesn't it?
It's exactly right, so if...
Realistically, it breaks down that easy, doesn't it?
If something happens with this perfect pull-up thing, this infomercial goes off, they want to do some, endorsement type stuff, then, I got to weigh out, was it more important to be, so, I'm still stuck in that same thing. But right now, I'm kind of like, maybe I just get big again, because, it's summer's over, I'm not going to be running around with my shirt off all the time. I can let a little bit of conditioning go, but I don't know, that's the thing for me. It's such a struggle. If I could be like Devin, who's genetically lean and all he wants to do is eat, and get bigger and get stronger. Yeah. A year from now, 2 years from now, who knows where I could be at, but I always in the back of my mind, it's all about, we got to look a certain way, and, it's...
Okay, so getting back to my original question, roughly how many times a year do you think you can peak and be at your best?
6.
6?
I think I could do 6.
6 times a year?
Because think about it. If there were 6 times every 8 weeks.
Yeah.
If it's 6 things in 6 weeks, not going to work out for me. But 6. Maybe 8, 9, depends. But 6. If I got home, I trained for 6 or 7 weeks, and then had a week off, I think I could make progression.
Okay.
Be a bigger, stronger, better each event.
So that's roughly enough time in between, if
barring any injuries.
Well, that's always
obviously.
The case,
but yeah, I think. Who knows? And that's the thing. I love arm wrestling.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard for me to not go to a tournament.
Yeah.
It's just hard. I want to go. And so I don't know if I could ever just pull 6. Travis and people like that, I'm just going to do these money. I'm not going unless I get paid, Yeah. And it's just hard for me not to go.
Okay, yeah.
I still don't want I I don't want to cover my own expenses, and that's even if it's whatever. If it's me going to ROTN, I'm going to find some local sponsors, put their name on my shirt, so I don't have to pay anything to go.
Why not?
I mean, that's just that's what I mean. It's silly. Because if I have to pay for it out of my own pocket, it's because I was too lazy to go out and get sponsors.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it.
All right.
And I'm a pretty lazy dude. I ain't gonna lie. So I mean, that's another one there. Well, maybe I'll just pay.
I don't know how many people out there are gonna believe that you're lazy. Come on.
Pretty freaking lazy.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so your ROTN is your next event.
That's the next one,
and then the rest is pretty well up in the air.
Yeah,
you haven't decided about.
Well, I mean, WAFs. I've sent in a deposit. Tanya,
okay.
We're gonna. That's
it's in the plan right now.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I mean, and there's a lot of people. Well, why is the WF title so important to you, or why is this? Because I've just recently got back on England's top 10 list. I could just go after those guys and start knocking off the guys ahead of me. Yeah. And who cares if I got a WF title?
Okay.
But there is
obviously you care.
That's it, dude. I mean, I can't have that one out there that eludes me.
Okay.
I still got to go acquire that title. I haven't got it yet. I've got the second 02-03, and I haven't pulled world since then.
03 is the last time you pulled worlds?
Canada and Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah. 04 South Africa, 05 Japan, 06 England. I was in a super match. 07 last. Haven't pulled since 03.
Yeah, well that's right. In 06 in Manchester, you were in the super match with Taurus. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I want that title, and I think there's been a couple years I probably could have won it. I just didn't go. So we'll never know.
So what weight did you qualify in Salt Lake City this year?
242.
242.
Yeah. So there's another issue. Here I am thinking, I'm 56, 57 right now.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, for ROTN, my intentions are to be 47, 48 that morning, strip and get there and no food, no water, and get in the sauna, suck the weight off, and then eat, PD light up or whatever, and the next day be this weight again, going 242s. But, who knows? Who knows? Like I said, tomorrow I'll be decided, I'm gonna go down to 220. You never know with me. Seriously, it's one of those things. I don't know from day to day what I'm gonna do.
But for right now, if you're going to go to the Worlds in Canada, you qualified at 242.
Yeah, 242.
So that's where you have to be.
And actually, I need to go check and see who the super heavyweight guys are, because I may be calling Bill Collins like, hey, think about pulling supers, know. But I don't know. Okay.
Well, that's great. Listen, I appreciate that. First of all, my wife and I both want to thank you guys for the weekend.
Like I said, my pleasure. This has been a blast.
We had a great time. It was good to come and hang out for the weekend. It's good to see you.
Thanks a lot, brother.
I'll see you again in Kansas City at the ROTN.
Yes, indeed.
And all right. So for Michael Todd, I'm Scott McGinnis, and we're out.